Hello everybody and welcome back to COS EU3. Tonight we are in Spain and we are in really wet conditions here in qualifying. We had a great race last week in Austria. Kevin won and I am joined by Matty.
Good evening, everybody. It's monsoon-like conditions. I approve of this. It's going to be another tricky race. These guys had it pretty wet last week as well. So 2 weeks in a row where they have got some inclement weather, but I'm sure they'll hopefully cope with it all. The fact that there's not many people that have ventured out, which does concern me a little bit. Darko Raja is the first one out there they're all on wet tyres. Funny that.
Yeah, definitely, and it's incredibly difficult driving in these conditions. Especially on this game, quite tricky, but it's also good. Way better than F123 in these conditions, but you can already see on Darko, he's already struggling with the rear.
There'll be a few laps where people are literally going to tiptoe their way around. Hako, I bring good news.
We got good news.
We have got good news, despite everything that seems to technically be going wrong. The good news is we have another driver with us this evening. We have Enzon in the Alpine. He's going to be alongside Moncho at this moment in time, which means I'm led to believe we only have 2 seats remaining in this tier because it was 100% attendance by EU3 this week.
Yeah, definitely, and it's great to see, as I'm now a tier rep for EU3, and Darko is already struggling with the track limits in this 2 last quarters. But it's great to see finally getting a full grid, almost. So following Darko across the line, he's gonna struggle with his braking into turn 1. He's gotta brake very early. He's also getting a snap already on the entry into the corner. That house does not look stable in these conditions.
No, and yeah, it's pretty treacherous. I mean, there's a lot of guys going around on like medium ERS at the moment just to try and
learn the conditions.
Yeah, learn the track really, and it looks very difficult out there at the moment. Not really any dry line as such yet. Hopefully, there is one towards the end of the session.
Yep, definitely hope for that. So we can see some good times across the board. I mean, the house is just all over the place at this point. He's really struggling with that rear. So I would assume that he's on a dry setup since he's struggling with the rear this much. But we don't know.
No, we do not know. We're just making presumptions. I believe this is the second version of second F1 game where the track has reverted to its old school style layout, where it's literally a sweeping corner, no chicane, thank goodness. King Luke does a 29.7 on that lap. I think we'll see quite a disparity in lap time from those up and down the grid.
Yep, we have Dan, he's on the Inters, and his rear isn't sliding as much, and he goes fastest, so maybe Inters is already the play.
That is very interesting. Wisey Boy is also out on the intermediate tyre at the moment.
Let's follow on board with Wisey through the first sector. There's no apexes, but I mean, if you got the grip and tires, you can still make up time. It does look like it has more grip than the wet tires. Um, funny enough, when you think about how heavy the rain is.
Mm.
You can kind of see the racing line now, at least in the first sector. And that's 2 spill on P1, and he's on the wets.
Thing with the delta between the two tires has been exactly the same, so it doesn't make it very tricky. That's because the game is doesn't like the wet weather. Wizard did go a lot quicker than his teammate, and then Luke's just gone above the Wizard. But I think there'll be some of these guys will be fueled up if it is going to remain wet and just keep going throughout the entire session.
That's definitely what you would assume. Oh, Dan almost loses it out of the last corner. Pine is onto P1. So the track is improving rapidly at this point. So none of the times really matter. Oh, and Enson just runs wide in the last corner. He was on for 28.2.
Luke is currently a quarter of a second up through the first sector and maintains it through the middle sector. So he's going to put himself into the mid 27s. I've yet to see a stable car on this track so far because everybody seems to be Tokyo drifting around.
Yeah, it doesn't look fun to be out there, but some drivers do nail these conditions, and Luke
Pretty
is
good. Yeah,
apparently one of them. He's going really strong so far.
Yeah, he just went 5 temps in that last sector. Piney is
Almost a
if
second
he
up.
keeps. Yeah, I was gonna say if he keeps hold of this is gonna just absolutely smash whatever Luke's just done.
Yeah, I mean that track is just improving lap by lap. At this point, whoever is out last is gonna have the best conditions, definitely, and that's
Wow. Not
7/10.
even close.
Vincent is going into the pits. We do
Moncho.
have.
Moncho's just improved.
Yeah, it does look like he's just doing a lot of runs.
Shane has invalidated. The Wizard is behind the kick salver. Oh, big drift from said kick salver. Sorry, not kick salver, the Aston Martin. Sorry, it keeps leaving the session. That's not good. Wizard does not
improve.
Position, but improves time though.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, it's definitely just about learning the conditions. Doesn't matter if you go fastest or not, because track is moving so much at this point.
Ty's just gone ahead of X427.
Vicey boy, his lap is invalid, but he is up by 1.2 seconds.
Interestingly, still out on the intermediates. Meanwhile, the other Aston Martin of X47 has gone onto the wet tyre. That's a bit interesting.
So maybe the Inters aren't the fastest, at least for now. We do have a Haas crossing the start-finish line. And we also got Darko Roger out. He is up on his time for now. And he is off track. We got Luke. He's currently on a lap, it seems like. Don't have the delta.
No, Wise Boy's just gone half a second up. Enzon and Cygate are on the intermediate tyres. at the moment. We'll wait to see what those guys do.
Definitely. We'll be looking forward to that. And the purple sector 2 from Vicey. So,
He's put himself around the 28.5 region, but I have a feeling he could go a bit quick. He's got a bit of traffic in the way at the moment, but Moncho is on a lap, so Moncho's going to try and complete this lap and go a bit quicker. I think he will, and goes to 5th, and then Wisey Boy goes to 4th.
yeah, so the inters are definitely becoming stronger the longer the session is on, but I don't think they're going to be the fastest at the end of the session.
Balawe is on the intermediates, just changed it in the pits. Raja has also changed it, and so has Shane. So, oh no, Shane's changed it back. He must have heard me. Oh, he's changed it again. Now he's just playing tricks with me.
Oh, and Dan has invalidated his lap. We have 2 cars parked at the end of sector 2.
So that'll be Pipe Tech and one other.
And Andre.
And
And
Nathan's just
Nathan.
about to finish his. Yeah. Nathan's going to finish his first attempt, and a 29.1 puts him P10.
Yeah, he was struggling with the rear there for a second. We have Luke out still. He's 2 tenths up through the first sector, and he's sideways as well. You can definitely see the racing line now, so track is improving quite a bit. But
we're gonna have
the question is
another run.
If it's gonna be inters.
Yeah, another run for pole in terms of who can cross that line last to start your last lap. Dougie puts himself up to 4th. I've just seen why you went whoa by just looking at my laptop with the stream on it. That was a very scary moment for Luke going through turn 9.
Yeah, and he's still up by half a second, even with that slide, so he's on for a really good lap here.
He is pushing for it. There's a lot more green, and that's not just lap time, but there's a lot more green tyres going on at this moment in time. Half the field are out on the intermediate tyres as we speak.
It will definitely be interset then, if half of the field are out on the inter tyre. I think Luke might just be trying to see if he can hold on. Vicey Boy is definitely improving. He does run a bit wide in that last sector, and it's costing him a lot of time.
It's a scrappy end to the lap, just pushing a bit too hard. He's come in with just over 4 minutes remaining. Still guys going quicker on the wets, which is, I mean, kind of expected, but there's a few people. Oh, Shane snaking about down to turn 5. At Kicksauer looked very, very lively. Darker Raja is improving, so a second up, nearly a second up, so that's going to put him into the low 28s. So yeah, track, if you get the intermediates working, track is definitely suited to your style. Falawa has gone up to 4th, and then we're going to see Enzon also climb up to 7th. Both set their first respective lap times.
Yeah, track is definitely getting way better. Darker goes P8 with that time, just ahead of Pipe Tech, who is up on his time on the wet tires. No, he's not anymore. He's backed out. Sidegate is currently not improving on his time, and he's gonna go in. So, oh, and he's missed the pit entry.
Andre is doing well. Left it late. He's not done any running. He's just come out on his out lap with 2 minutes and 36 seconds to go. So put himself under a little bit of pressure there. Shane, meanwhile, half a second up. He's got the Aston Martin of Dan behind him, so both pushing for a lap. We've got 2 minutes left, Hako, and there's still half the grid out on wet tyres and half on intermediates, so this could be interesting.
Yeah, look at that time from two-spell though. He's right up there, and so is Folaro, man. The track is improving.
Yeah, he's gone quick again. Another second and a bit taken out on his lap. Luke's come out and on the... He's come out on the wet tyre. That is interesting. Everyone else is coming out on intermediate tyres.
Dan is gonna go across the line, and he will get a 26.9. So P5.
Shane will do the same. Moncho is on the wets. Improving. Found another 7 tenths, so that's...
Piney is currently improving. He is 2 tenths up through sector 2. So if he can nail this last sector, there's definitely time in it. And he will go across the line for a 25.6. So he's currently on pole position, and this will most likely be his last lap.
Some guys are really hustling down there. Darko Raja also finding some time.
Two spell.
Anyone? Yeah,
P3.
two spell. Well, he's going again. Improves again. Another 4 tenths and still 30 seconds left, so can go again. Anybody else? Darko Roger's going to complete his lap, and it is 6 tenths quicker. Lots of times. Somebody else has just gone quick again, and that was Andre with his first time lap of the session, 26.6.
Tyres also on the wet tyres though. We have someone else crossing the line. That's Dan. He's gonna.
He
go
will
for
be
his
the
lap now.
last one. He'll be the last one to cross after this time round. So everyone else that crosses line now will be officially done. Nathan doesn't improve. Kevin improves again.
We have who is Moncho is currently going across the line. He's on the wet tires. He improves by half a second. And then we have Mercedes crossing the line. That's Viceboy. He does not improve.
Wizard is improving
and
to pole position.
Currently pole for the Wizard. And for the Havik goes first.
Luke's fighting back though. Not enough.
It's not enough.
Watch out. Andre's 6 tenths up. We could see a left field pole position coming to the line, sliding through the last corner. Andre, no, he lost. Not enough time. X427 also 6 tenths up as well. So this is going to put him towards the low 26s, unless it is a really, really good last couple of corners. 25.7 for the Aston Martin, and that was the final lap of qualifying.
Yeah, definitely a tricky session for everyone. It was not easy, especially with the track improving like it did. It's always moving, and you want to be the last one out, but it's difficult to time it correctly, as you saw with Piney. Set his lap a bit too late, and it cost him the pole position this time around.
So an intriguing race, intriguing session. Josh Cutler TV, thank you for the follow. Over 25 people watching this evening for round 4 of the EU3 Championship. That's Catalunya. Welcome. your opportunity now to get yourselves involved and give me and Hacker some interesting predictions for the race after that very tight qualifying.
Did Matty die again? I think he did. Is Matty here?
I'm still here.
Okay. For me, you cut out.
Nice.
Said
I'm glad it.
Yeah, it's worked itself out this time around. Thankfully.
I need to try out.
So, we have been told that there's gonna be a dry race. Thank God. Wouldn't want to see a wet race again.
You say that after that qualifying session, I think it'd be a very intriguing race.
Yeah, I mean, if the track moved like it did, there would be an interesting race. Definitely. I mean, last time around, we had a good race in the wets for the first stint, and then it slowed a bit down afterwards, with Kevin making an 8-second gap.
So we're just waiting for the guys to choose their tyres and their strategy. Important to note that they'll all have brand new sets of tyres to use throughout the race, as no dry sets were won during qualifying.
Yep. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lights, and they are out, and we are go for the Spanish Grand Prix, and we are on the way into turn 1. We have Volave still in P1. He got a really good start. Two-Spill is right behind him. We have a big crash. Me. Oh my God, we have a big crash in the back, and that is Moncho out of the race. And what has happened there?
My goodness gracious. What, and somebody else is spinning as well. Oh, more carnage of front wing.
Something has happened, and I don't know what to follow.
What have we got? We've got a Mercedes. Oh, someone else is. Andre's got no front wing. The Ferrari's just gone into the back of him. We've got a Mercedes with missing end plates. We've got an Williams with missing end plates. That was absolute
carnage. I forgot my keybind for the replay. Sadly, but that was a massive crash in the back. So Moncho is out.
These guys. Yeah, Wisey boy. I'm amazed there's no safety car there. The amount.
Yeah, the amount of debris is crazy.
What is that? Shane, he lost it going into the pits and then not going into the pits. Cygate's having problems with Codemasters. We've got quite an array of tyres on display at Hacko. It is very split.
Yep, I saw Volave is on the soft tyres and he's making a gap out in front. Soft tyres are really great around here for the first 5 to 6 laps, and then they overheat and fall off the cliff.
Goodness me, Piney is lagging around a bit. There's a train behind Two-Spell already, so Fly on the soft, Two-Spell on the medium, Luke is on the hard tyre. Mediums from Piney all the way down to Darker Raja. Shane's on the softs, X427 on the hards. A couple of mediums for Wiseboy and Dougie. Cygate, Pipe Tech and Ashton on the softs, Andre and Kevin on the hard tyre, and Nathan on the mediums. The only person to stop after that run was Kevin. Everyone else is carry on, but there is a lot of damage out there. I'm surprised there's not more people that have come in.
Yeah, Piney's slacking like crazy. That car is flying from left to right, and Ensign is trying to put a move on the McLaren. He's gonna move to the inside. He's gonna use the battery and he's gonna brake late and he's gonna try and see if he can make the move. He can make the move. Or no.
Cygate is off and retired on the last one. I have no idea.
We have
virtual safety car.
Yay.
so we can take a breath and try and understand what we're seeing and not seeing and everything else.
Yep. I'll get the tire graphic up for everyone to see, so they can get a grip of who's on what tire. To have the race again.
We are green flag once more. God, I can't look at certain people's. So we've got a gap, funny enough, surprising, between Flyway and the Wizard. And then down to Darker Raja, currently in 7th place.
Yeah. You got a great angle on Ans's car from the helicopter cam, and it's a fight between P2, between Luke.
Yeah, and also what happened to Moncho. Moncho has left the session, I'm not surprised. After his shortest race in contest speed history.
Yeah, it looked like a sit crash. If I'm gonna be honest. Something I would expect to happen for Sid, but that's very unlucky. It looked like someone lost traction.
Out
possibly.
There at the moment. There's 3 cars in a battle from 9th downwards that haven't got any front wing or missing a front end plate.
And that's very early for Pine to get a warning. But it is easy to run a bit wide in that long right-hander. Can basically take flat out.
Yeah, Andre's also picked up a penalty as well, so very interested. Oh, that car got unsettled very quickly.
So, Tuspel's probably gonna be overtaken into turn 1. Yes, he will. That Red Bull does have really good straight line speed. Ensign is closing up, so is Piney, and so is Ty. So it is a 5-car battle for P2 for now. Flave is out in front, and he's creating an insane margin on that soft tire. That car
this
just looks settled.
Well, this is where we'll see the difference in strategies unfold. If it's green flag racing between now and the end of the race, it will be very interesting to see who does what, whether it's going to be 1 or 2 stops, or whether it's going to be soft to hards, hard to mediums, mediums to hards, etc., etc. Loads of choices. Has historically been round Spain in a number of previous F1 games, so we'll at the moment Fly leads, but be interested to see what happens later on in the race.
Yeah, and Luke's car looks really good. He was a bit out of shape coming out of the sector 2 split. Oh, and that's a look on the inside for Tuspel, and there's contact.
There's contact between 3 of them, and there's front wing damage on that Ferrari as well as the
Alpine. He got collected.
The Alpine.
Yeah, a bit of a late move on inside from Tuspel, causing a bit of carnage there. Piney is trying to fight.
And Darker Roger and Shade are now caught up to this. This doesn't look particularly very good. Dougie and Dougie's in contact with the Aston Martin of the other Aston Martin X427, and Dougie's lost a couple of positions and was fighting towards the rear end of those points. Yeah. Shane down the inside of Enzon, who just looks like he's just turned into him there, which looked a bit silly.
Yeah, he's struggling a bit with the car now with that damage. I'm
not surprised.
He's gonna possibly head into the pits here, going to a hard tire. Yes, he will. Stays in his lane, slows down, so Piney can go ahead.
I'm not gonna lie, that's not a bad thing. He's gonna get some clean air probably strap on the hards and go as long into the race as possible.
We have Shane passing Ty. Ty's got damage, and oh, that's okay. That's just Kevin struggling.
It's just Kevin.
Andre is up into P10 now, and Pipe Tech moves down a place. Nathan is fighting Doggy. He moves up ahead, so that's P12 for Nathan. And we have a fight for P9 as well. All this fighting is helping Flave. Piney on the inside of Ty. Ty is driving through him. I don't know what's going on, but I think it might be something to do with Piney's connection.
I'm guessing it is, with the way he's been jump around.
You would think that he's from Australia with that connection. Oof, bro said everyone. Indeed, Connor. Indeed. So Darko Roger is up into P5. That's a great position from him. And Shane in P4. So that move by 2spell really caused a lot of damage for everyone down, and it just lost them a lot of time as well.
So I was having a quick look through to see him try and find the standings, but it's just making this. A little bit harder than what it needs to.
Vicey Boy on the inside of Ty. Ty is struggling. Vicey Boy also got damage, but he makes the move stick. So that is Vicey Boy up into P7. So I do think Ty has a lot more damage than what we can see. He's staying out for now. Possibly trying to go far enough so he can make the one-stop work. Nathan is getting past. And Darko Roger is up into P4 now on that medium tire. Absolutely flying now in the Haas car. Piney is, his connection does look a bit more stable now. He is gonna go on the inside. No, he doesn't. Shane is on that soft tire. That is definitely dropping off by now. But Flave is still just creating a gap out in front.
He is. There's a few guys that have done extremely well over these opening 9 laps. Darko Raja and Shane 6 places up each. Wisebury's up 7. Pipetech, Nathan and Real Ashton also picking up a few places. Kevin and ends on down with the most positions lost, but they both have made their stop, which I probably guess was slightly unscheduled, but it's been Shane's just picked up 3 seconds as well.
Yeah, I've said it earlier. It's very easy to do around here. Piney's gonna go for the inside. He's gonna get ahead before the braking zone, and that soft tire is definitely not going well on that kicks over. Darko Roger is slowly catching up to 2spell. So he is having a really great race. Andre is fighting Ty, and he moves up ahead of the Ferrari, so both Kicksabers in a point paying position, and they are well into the points as well, at least for now. Dan is right behind that Ferrari. He was in the Ferrari last season.
Wisey Boys just picked up 3 seconds.
All the guys with the penalties are all together.
Dan is going to close in, going to get the move done into the hairpin, down the inside, through turn. There's a McLaren off at turn 9 and facing the wrong way and possibly into the wall, but that is Nathan. He's just spun it around the right way.
Very easy to do. You can easily run wide onto that gravel there and then lose the rear. Type hits. I mean, he's got a lot of damage on that Ferrari, so I'm not surprised.
I mean, the other Ferrari's also got a lot of damage on the left-hand side as well. Like I said, a lot of these guys, there's a few guys out there still carrying said damage from the opening laps. I know Wisey Boy is one of those as well. I think Dougie is. Yeah, Pipe Tech is. And a couple of others. It's
yeah. I mean, I'm
very chaotic.
I'm very sad for Enson. He did really well on his first few laps in contest of speed, and he just got very unlucky that he got damage in that incident. But it is what it is.
Yeah.
It happens. It's racing.
Soft tyres look to be working well. Gap to lead is 8.2 seconds, Hacko, across the first 11 laps.
Yeah, I mean, possibly it's just a really great track for him, but that's an insane margin. Dakroja is closing up to 2 spell, and he's closing up to Luke as well. I am having massive leg spikes right now. I hope you can't see it on the stream.
On the stream, because I have it next to me, you look okay. I think it's just been a bit weird.
Could be.
I honestly can't go on board with Piney. It's my head will hurt. So, are we going to see a soft to medium from these guys on the softs?
That is what it says in the strategy tab. The soft tire should be able to go around 13 to 15 laps around here. But when I drove the track, they felt good for about 5 and then they slowly dropped off. But we do have a move for P3, that is Dark Roger. In the Haas, he's gonna go to the inside, he's gonna get ahead before the braking, and he's gonna brake late, so Tuesville can't do the same as he did on Luke.
And Shane's coming.
Yep, Shane is in, he's gonna get that front wing changed, possibly.
And be interesting to see what he goes to. Goes to the hard. He doesn't.
Did he not have damage?
Nope, he did not have damage.
Oh. Wrong kick.
Grace, I can tell you what the tyres are. Everybody has 4 of them. There you go. He's probably not going to be happy with me to tell him that, but...
Yep.
Move.
I mean, besides Moncho, he doesn't have 4 tyres on his car. They all scatter around the track.
Yeah, he had 4 and then lost 1 after about 100 metres. Yep.
Yeah, you would think that was set driving, but it isn't.
So, in terms of people that have pitted, Shane is going to go past Ashton here. Enzon's what, 4.5? Oh, Ashton didn't make it that easy for him. Enzon is about 4.9 seconds behind him. So let's call it 5 seconds. It's not horrendous considering that was a front wing change as well. So
definitely not. I mean, Shane was up in P5 or something.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure.
Someone is doing the strategy I thought they would do. Pipecheck's gone from the softs onto the medium tyre.
Yep. Falave is still out on the soft tyre. That soft tyre looks great on that RB. And Darko is not catching Luke anymore, but he is keeping the gap steady.
Gaps look pretty steady across the board.
Tuspel is being pushed out of DRS now. Almost. Just about hangs in the last sector. Piney is now catching up as well. Grealish, you will not see the tires. You can see them on the track.
I told you, there's 4 round ones. Everybody's got them.
We do not show tires just because we want to.
If you listen to my voice, I will tell you the tyres, but you have to listen very carefully. So 2 guys still out on the soft.
Out of bounds. I thought it was going to do Magnussen.
Yeah, it is. 2 people still out on the softs. Ashton down in 10th. Ferrari, our race leader, is also out there, although he's lost Hako. He's lost
around a second.
Yeah, 3/4 of a second in the first couple of sectors. So are those tyres now about to fall off cliff?
Anton is fighting Kevin. We are heading down towards the hairpin. He's gonna stay really close to that Williams, and he's gonna try and see if he can get past, so he can get Ashton on the main straight as well. There's a slight possibility that Kevin might be able to go to the end. And to the inside, Anton goes, but he just has a look.
He was too far back, I'm afraid, on that one. Piney's come in and gone on to the hard tyre and probably wants to get in front of Shane. It's gotta be relatively close as we've had a bit of an accident. Oh, it's Ashton.
Yeah, he's just
He's gonna go slowly.
Kevin passed, and everyone else for that matter. Anton is up into the points again after his incident. So that's great from him. Dark Roger is keeping the gap steady with Luke.
Oh, Kevin's not going to give it up too easily, though. Yeah, so Piney's got out 3 seconds ahead of Shane there, so good for the McLaren's race. That has worked out in his favour. Race leader is in.
He's going very slow. I think he might have a puncture.
I can't tell.
Because he went really slow into the pits. Oh, we have a safety car.
Oh, safety car! Oh, how's your luck?
I mean, historically, we have had a lot of safety cars in contest speed around Spain.
Now, I'm very interested why that has come out.
I did see Pipe Tech facing the wall.
Because Pipe Tech hasn't got a front wing. That is why it has come out.
Should be one on lap 1, but race director don't care about safety.
So we will keep an eye on Falawe, who was our race leader, or was our race leader, now, because everybody else in front of him is going to come in, and it's going to be pretty tight on time. This
definitely will. Anson is into the pits. He's gonna get some new tires on. He's on the mediums. And Kevin is back into the race as well now, after his unfortunate lap 1.
So Pipe Tech is going to come out and won't get lapped, so that's good news. So Luke is in, and so I'm guessing it's the entire top 6. Nice cheap pit stop for them all. And Flyway is in 7. But where is Darko Raja gonna? Is anybody coming out? We could see a jump here, and I think
Luke is ahead.
It's gonna be tight, but Luke is ahead.
So just about ahead for the Red Bull. So Falave's lead is gone.
Well, you can confirm then that Falave lost Oh, oh my goodness me! He nearly ran into the back of Luke and into the safety car.
And he's got 10 seconds of penalties now.
Did you see that?
No,
Did you see it on the stream?
I unfortunately did not.
Oh, I'm saving that.
But now he's ahead again. He's overtaken under yellows.
Caught the back of the safety car and had to slam the brakes, and a Ferrari just went through, somehow missed the safety car and Luke, and obviously overtook him under. I mean, how he's not out the race, I do not know.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't think the penalty is gonna go away.
Oh, and he's gone off track to give the place back, possibly.
Yep. So
This is the situation. Front two. The front two on the medium tyre, Dakaraja on the hards, which is interesting when Two Spell has gone onto the soft tyre.
We did see the soft tyre do 15 laps on
Andre on the
fuel.
mediums. Shane on the hards. Oh, Party's dropped it! Party's dropped! No, he hasn't.
No, that's his
What's
internet
going
again.
on? It's like, oh my god, that's horrendous. It looked like he dropped it into the wall. Let's not watch that. Dougie's come in and put on a set of mediums. So we are top two mediums, hard, soft, hard, medium, hard. Then K9 on the soft, 10th to 12th on the medium, Ethan on the hard, Dougie on the medium, Ashton on the hard, Pipesack on the medium. So there you go.
I do know that Grillis is in a call with Piney. Grillis, can you please tell Piney to get some better internet? That's flying.
Horrendous.
Oh,
now Hacko's going to take the tyre graphic away from you, because you can stop moaning at him for not doing it.
Oh, Luke, he's dropped it under the safety car.
That isn't bad internet. He has just dropped it. What's Piney doing?
Letting him past, I think.
That is generous. I would have just taken it.
Yeah, because he was ahead. Safety car in, and Luke's. I've done that before, but thankfully never on stream. So we are now waiting for Flave to do his restart. See, Dark Roger is waiting. He is. That's a great restart.
He's absolutely got him.
He's got a second before the finish line. I think Darko was sleeping a bit there. He's under attack from Two Spell. A bit of a fight between Dan and Shane, but it looks alright for now. Two Spell up the inside of Darko, and so is Luke. The hard tire is not warmed up for now. Piney is gonna. He's also on the hard tire, so he's gonna be behind for now. So Two Spell's gonna see if he can try and catch that RB. Two Spell is now on the soft tire.
Still can't believe Luke Dan Valare is still in the race, and then Valare gave the position back, and then Luke just gave it to him by dropping it on the safety car.
Yeah, that's something. So Luke is on the attack on two spell. You would think that two spell would be catching Falave, but he's not. I don't know how Falave is now this fast, but he's absolutely flying out there.
Well, leader of the championship, however, wouldn't say exactly gone all his own way in the first 3.5 races. It was very congested. Oh, that's not going to work. It has somehow worked. We went 2 wide there through turn 8 and turn 9. Oh, and someone tried to go down the inside of the top of the hill. That is just criminal.
Oh, Vicey Boy and Shane fighting. Vicey Boy up ahead. So the Mercedes is now into P8. He's on the soft tires. Those soft tires working well. Shane is struggling a bit. Then, oh, Piney's off.
Piney's off.
We have Luke catching up to 2 spell. We have Andre going for a move on Darko. He is ahead, and that is the Haas car disposed of. He's now gonna set his sight on the guys up ahead. Those hard tires are not the quickest right now. So we do have a few trains out there.
Oh, Kevin and Enzon have been very close to each other all race, and Enzo's cut the corner and picked up a 3-second penalty. I mean, Shane's line through turn 8 is horrendous.
Yeah, it's almost like he's in your team.
He is, and let's put it this way, it's not the way I would want to take that corner.
Definitely not. Oh, Vicey Boy almost losing the car there. Touching the inside curb there is not what you want to do. But he is passed, and King Luke is also passed 2 spell. 2 spell has lost a lot of time to Falave.
I've got to be brutally honest for 2 spell here, and he wouldn't mind me saying it. Just not been quick.
No, he's been struggling quite a bit.
Yeah, you saw how he was in the first stint. He just hasn't got the pace compared to. But then Luke got past him in the first stint, and then wasn't able to rein in the V carb. So
yeah, Vicey Boy getting really close to Dark Roger. Dark Roger is really struggling on those hard tires, and Anson is passed by Ty in the Ferrari. So he's also struggling tiny bit now. Dan gets a penalty. Kevin is really close to Shane. We have Anton is ghosted, and Ty has lost it. He's dropped it, and Piney is almost taken out by that re-entry. Thankfully ghosting is on. Piney gets another penalty, so
first person on 6. And Wisey Boy gets the move done into turn 1. Kevin gets the move done round the outside of Shane into turn 1. And Piney also gets the move done on Enzon.
And he's
I don't know if that was contact or not. That looks very close.
That was a tiny bit of contact. And Ashton
makes
a move on
Doggy. Here we go.
Come
Fighting
on,
for P15 like it all matters.
I know my goat when I see him. He might not be the quickest, but he is fighting for every position on the board.
They both do, and it's fantastic. And we
it
praise
is
them.
The passion.
And what we do is we wait for that weird, freaky race where we get like 9 finishers, and Ashton gets like a P7, and everybody's happy.
Did he not get points in Australia? I'm pretty sure he
has
did.
got points in this because of that freak as I said, just need a freak race every now and then, and there we go.
Yeah.
Pretty sure he did, but I'm struggling to see how the EU results work. It's throwing me. I'm scared.
Dark Roger getting past Boy again. So he is getting a bit of confidence in the house car again. He was flying on the mediums, now not so much. Unfortunately.
The answer to your question, Ashton has a best position of 8th. He's got 6 points already this season.
Yeah, he's doing well. Kevin getting closed off from Dan there. Kevin does not have a penalty so far, so he could pick up a lot of positions here if he stays here. Battle for P14. Anson getting past
Just
now.
lost that position.
Yeah, he's struggling quite a bit. Two spell really close to the rebel of Luke.
Luke's just, again, not been able to put away from him. Interesting. Andre's got him there. Good pace in qualifying.
Yeah,
Over a
he's got
couple of
good
laps.
pace now as well.
Stick with us because I'm not going to be able to tell you where the points places are going to go. Wise Boy round got the move done. Darko Raja is trying to hold off a wild X427. Kevin has got himself involved as well, considering he was at the back at the start of the race. Kevin of the Williams down the inside, possibly into turn 4, gets the move done. Aggressive, but fair on that situation. Oh, and the front wing of the Aston Martin is now gone on that right hand side. And Shane's nearly collected him as well. Connor, the easy way to say it is everyone's on 3 seconds other than Falaro, who's got 10, and Parney's on 6. There you go.
Yep.
Shane got past Dan, but now he's outside that DRS train, so that could be a little bit tricky to get himself back into. It's going to make it even harder now because he's got 6 seconds worth of penalties.
Luke is ahead, and Ducky has spun around.
Yeah, Dougie's made a mistake, which allows Ashton back in.
Kevin on the inside of Viceboy. Viceboy is off track. His own mistake, and Kevin is up into P6 now.
P6. 6.1 seconds is the gap to lead. And the fastest lap is a 15.1. I have a feeling this could go here, as Dan's coming for a set of soft tyres.
So 2 spell should be struggling on the soft tires about now. He's been on them for quite a while. Kevin on the outside of Dark Roger can't make the move stick. Dark Roger is ahead now, and Kevin is gonna have the DRS heading into turn 1. Andre 2 spurs out of DRS, so he's gonna be overtaken by Andre now. Andre is gonna go for the inside. He's gonna be ahead before the braking, and that's gonna be P3 for the Kicksauber.
Yeah, Kevin's closing in, gets it done. Darko Roger couldn't really defend against that one. Piney's past tight. Meanwhile, that's for P9 and P10.
Now his connection looks stable again. I don't know. So Andre is within the DRS of Luke again. 2 spurs struggling on those soft tires now. And Luke is getting closer to Falave now.
Yes.
Andre is outside the DRS and just about gets in again, but I don't think he can stay within because Luke is actually really good through the last sector.
We'll see what happens. The detection point is coming up. I don't think it's going to matter this time. I'm pretty sure we've just seen Dougie's just made another mistake, so Ashton is behind him.
Have
X42.
Shane. He's gonna stay behind for now. Another move going into turn 1 this time around for the kick Sauber. Staying behind. Those soft tires do not look great on that Merc. Ashton is up into P14.
Ah, there it is. There's the fastest lap gone. Only by a tenth though.
Two-Spell is now outside the DRS and Andre's within the DRS, so he's had a magical first sector. And Luke is bringing down the gap to Falave. So as the tires drop, Luke gets quicker and Falave struggles a bit more.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how this goes with about 4 laps left. Andre's got 3 seconds of penalties, and that stands, he's going to be behind Kevin. Kevin's also within 10 seconds of Falave, so Kevin actually is holding P3 as it stands, so it's going to be pretty close. Gap to lead's come down to 5.3 seconds.
Yep, Luke is definitely hunting down that RB.
Don't think that's through choice at the moment. He's being harassed by the kick Sauber of Andre, who knows he needs to get a move on to try and keep as many positions as he can.
That kick Sauber is showing some great pace about now.
Oh, Ty's retired.
Oh,
safety car!
Safety car!
He's dropped it! It's a safety car!
Oh my god. I have never looked this good.
A safety car that's going to be out there for about a lap.
Yep. And Anton can't pit. He's gonna have to try and see if he can get up ahead.
There is some people out there that'll be ruining picking up penalties.
Luke stays out. Andre stays out. Two-Spell stays out. Kevin stays out. Dark Roger stays out. Shane stays out. No one's pitting. Maybe Pipe Take will.
Everybody stays out.
Yes, he will. I called it.
He's got a gap. He's got a gap of about 17, 18 seconds to Dan, so it's worth it. He is also on the be able to put a set of soft tyres on, which he'll have. He also hasn't got any penalties either, so this is fabulous work. They'll just have to try and just catch up with everybody else. Ashton is staying out. Yeah.
Yes, go on. Oh, he's almost out ahead of Nathan.
He's out, but he hasn't got any penalties, Taco, and this is what I'm on about.
Yeah, and this is actually really great for PipeTech and Nathan as well, because they're gonna get heat in the tires, and so will Ashton. He's gonna keep the heat in the tires. The other ones, not so much.
Safety car will come in at the end of this lap, ladies and gentlemen, just because they've only picked it up for 1 lap. It will come in with 2 laps of proper racing to go. There you go.
Yep. PipeTech
Called it.
And Nathan
I'm a
will
genius.
catch up. You are a genius. Sometimes.
I have my moments.
We all do have our moments.
And they have caught, on the whole, they've caught the back of the pack.
I think
Apart from the last 2.
Ashton is gonna catch as well. Dan is gonna struggle to catch. Unless Falave keeps it slow. No, he does not. He is going already. Luke is 6/10 behind. That's quite far, but if he can just stay within the 10 seconds, he should be good. Oh, this actually ruins it a bit for Andre, he had the 3-second gap to stay on the podium, but he doesn't anymore.
Doesn't, and we'll see what happens now. Everybody, let's see how aggressive Pipetech can be. But again, 1.3 seconds off the back of the guys. Should be all over the back of them with 2 laps to go. You guys on the fresh tyres.
Yeah, you would expect that. Maybe sleeping a bit.
Ooh, looks like a McLaren that was going to go a bit deep there. Lowe again stretching the lead out in the hope possibly of getting his penalty removed. Remember, because he hasn't stopped, so he could probably get it removed. 1 second to Luke. Andre's
Oh, Kevin's lost it.
Oh, he has,
Oh,
and they've all
so
come out into Wisey Boy's gone as well.
Yep, Piney is now up into P7. Yes, he stays ahead for now. So Kevin's job has all been done. Undone by himself. Fast lap from Enson.
It is DRS available for the final time, so Enzo needs to try and have a mega lap to get himself up into the top 10 and possibly get fastest lap point as well.
Kevin down the inside. No, he doesn't try it.
Oh, contact from Nathan. That was adventure. I have a feeling we're not going to get 15 finishes.
Oh, and Pine is lagging like crazy. Anton is now ahead of Pipetech. He does have that 3-second time penalty, unfortunately. Oh, and Shane is off the track. He doesn't like the track limits. On the inside now, Anton, he...
Oh, and there's big contact, and...
Yeah, that's...
Piney's off.
Piney just braking too late, I would assume.
I have no idea what's going on. Falawe round the last corner.
Oh, no, Anton!
Two spell, Andre, Kevin. There's a few jumping here. Ooh. Ashton's ninth! Yeah!
Yes!
I told you that was going to happen. That was all a bit chaotic. I know we were very subdued, but that was carnage at the end. It was Luke, two spell, then Andre.
Oh, and
after
dropped it in the last quarter.
I do not know. And don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, this is all provisional before penalties occur, which there could be quite a few of them.
Yep, definitely could. Some could also be removed. But here Luke is standing on the top step. So the finishes are King, Luke, Toosville, Andre, Kevin, Darko, Pipetech, Nathan, Falave, Ashton, Shane, Dan, Vicey, Piney, Enson, Doggy, Ty is classified apparently. Sidegate DNF'd, so did Moncho. I will get the screenshots ready. And we will be on for the interviews now.
I'll do my piece before the inevitable happens.
Yep.
If you want some more contest of speed action, you don't have to wait long. EU3 starting at 9 p.m. Eastern, 2 a.m. UK, and 3 a.m. Central European time. They are also racing round Spain, but the entirety of the contest of speed community is this week. If your European action is what you want, then you don't have to wait too much longer, because tomorrow EU2 are going round Spain for their race at 9 p.m. UK time as per normal. EU2 share their days with AM2, and then it'll be EU1 and AM1 on Thursday. If you can only make Tuesday nights, then EU3 is your calling. Next week, EU3 will be heading to the streets of Canada, which could involve more inclement weather for them. So if you would like to watch EU3 next Tuesday, they'll be at Canada. And then the big test will be the week after when they are at Monaco.
Yes. We are currently waiting for people to join.
It won't be Andre, so it'll just be Luke and the wizard when he eventually gets her.
Just waiting for 2-spare now.
How was that race for you guys?
It was really good.
Chaos.
Especially lap 1. Loved that.
Yeah, I thought my life was ending on that one. I saw a lot of white markers coming towards me very fast, and someone lagged through me. I am forever grateful for.
I thought your life was going to end when Ferrari nearly crashed into you and the safety car.
I also thought that because the safety car, as you come around that corner, you can't see it where it's parked. And I didn't have the mini map, or I wasn't looking at the mini map. So I was expecting the safety car to be further afield. And I look up past safety car. I'm like, all right. And then it says, stay behind safety car. I'm like, shit. So yeah, I think Flo, if he appeals, will definitely get the win.
Yeah.
So Flo was rapid that race. There was no chance. I was like, oh, my mistaken quali I might get somewhere near him. Did I help?
Definitely. I am gonna tag 2-spare once more.
Other than that, though, it was a solid race, Luke.
Yep. Oh, the wizard is here. He's alive. So, I'm gonna start with 2-spare. How was your race? I mean, it looked like you were struggling quite a bit at the end there on the soft tires. What was the strategy call throughout the race?
I was struggling more on the mediums in the first stint, to be fair. I had no grip at all, sliding around a lot. So that the softs were somehow going very long, so I assumed it was because all the wear goes on one side and not on the other, so you keep a relative good amount of grip on traction. So went with the softs. So I wasn't really struggling with the softs at the end, just wasn't as quick as the guys in front and finished far ahead of where I should have done, really.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it was a good race, especially from you and Dan. And then something happened. I'm not sure what. That safety car at the end did help you out a tiny bit, I think, especially with the penalties.
The safety car at the end did, definitely. The safety car at the end. Otherwise, Kevin would have got me as well. I was having a really good race with Luke at the beginning. That was fun. Especially, I was a bit scared when we had a bit of a wheel bang moment. He went to go on the inside, so I was like, okay, you can have the inside, but I'm not going to pull back to the racing line. I don't think he realised that's what was happening, so he went to pull back to the racing line and my car was still there, so we had a bit of a bounce, but thankfully that was all right. And then next lap he got me. And then I got tagged a bit from the people behind, so it was a bit of a slow bit through turn one the lap after, but then afterwards it sort of settled into where the pace was. I was just trying to keep people away from me behind, and then went with the softs when the safety car came out. I was trying to extend the mediums to lap 20 anyway, so it wasn't too much of a change on the strategy there. And then safety car at the end saved me staying on the podium instead of losing out to Kevin.
Yeah, definitely. Kevin also made a mistake at the end, so you were quite lucky with that as well. He was rapid with his recovery.
He was coming. But yeah, well done.
Yeah. So moving on to Luke. I mean, we saw your incident with the safety car, or Matty did. I saw the aftermath. Was strategy always pitting that late, or?
Well, I started on the hard, so the strategy was pitting lap 20. So it kind of worked in my favor, but the hards that we start, I don't know how they were after the safety car, but they were very, very slidey. I just couldn't keep the rear end under any control in the low to medium speed corners. But yeah, the safety car definitely helped me get rid of those earlier than I wanted, which was a blessing in disguise.
Definitely. So, I mean, you had a bit of a incident with with two spill. I think he tagged your tire. Caused a bit of a carnage. But you guys were battling quite a bit throughout the race. Was did I mean, you could have not fought each other and then tried to catch up to Flavia. What was the call in your mind?
In my mind, I saw Fola take those soft tires to lap 18 and was like, not a chance I'm catching him. So yeah, the battle was, for me, was P2. I just did not have the pace to even think about catching Fola. Yeah, as for the contact fault with Wizard, I think he made, from my POV, when I last looked behind me, he was quite a bit, but that was just before the braking zone. I think he caught me faster than I was expecting him to, and I started turning in, noticed he was there, and then stopped, which I think was the carnage you mentioned.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just, I wasn't expecting him to be there when I last looked at him. But other than that contact, it was a good hard racing on the laps prior and towards the end.
Yeah, it was really great watching you guys fight throughout the entire race. Congrats on your P1. And
Yeah.
hopefully we see you guys fighting again next week.
Yeah, fingers crossed. I really enjoyed it. I'd enjoy it a bit more if it wasn't so hot in the UK and wasn't so sweaty, but
It's horrible and sweaty at the moment, yeah.
Yeah, it's the same in the commissary booth, don't worry.
Yeah, it's a bit warm to be battling that hard, but we take it.
Yep, we definitely do
Well
take it.
Win.
So congrats to Andre as well. He couldn't be here. He is struggling with speaking English. It's all good. He had a great race as well. He's told me to say congrats to you guys.
Welcome to him as well.
So, I mean, Matty did the plugs. We are gonna go off now. We will see you guys next week for EU3. We are racing in Monaco, I'm pretty sure, and hopefully we see Canada. I'm blind. I can't even remember the schedule. So we will see you guys next week around Canada. Have a good one.